Hell yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's me, it's RDV, and I'm here back again with the Geekeasy. Then we got Mr. Eric Breen, and then who's this guy down here? You're not Zach.
Nope.
Cooler than Zach.
I am not Jack.
Japanese
I'm
Zach.
Joe.
I guess, yeah.
Japanese Zach, there you go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you probably show up more than Zach sometimes, you know.
Give or take, depends on how busy I am.
At least you show up on time. Zach's always here like late.
Yeah, and he has a lot cooler hats too.
Does he?
I do have some nice
No,
hats.
yeah, Joe does, not Zach.
I think I was gonna say Zach has the Katharine Hepburn hat.
No, yeah, no, I'm saying Joe has the cooler hats.
I don't know. The Katharine Hepburn hat's kind of cool too.
Well, you probably realize that Joe's wife probably has the hats like that because
All right. Yeah. Just one person watching. Hold on. Let me watch on my phone. They'll have two.
Yes,
watching.
Return of the Only Fan. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Okay. Let's...
What they need to do is start a new service called Geeks Only, or Only Geeks.
Only Geeks.
All right. So now there's another person.
I just pose in costumes all day. That's what I do. That's what it'll be.
You kind of do for your channel. You do dress up, so you are cosplaying. So It's like you could just pose like as you could do a Spider-Man meme where he's just laying down.
Yeah, absolutely. I could do it all.
Yes. That's hear that, ladies. Clothing is optional depending on your dollar amount. Precisely plays comic book.
Well, there's also various ways of doing it. I could do it with no clothes on, and they'd pay me to put my clothes back on. We can make money for saying, put that stuff back on. See, just depends on how you want to go about making money.
I just feel like
just start every stream shirtless, automatic super chat for 20. Put it back on.
Eric, are you ready to leave?
What?
It's like a hidden It's a hidden DLC.
Sorry, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Charges, hidden fees.
My mind just went blank. It's like when they ask Ray, are you a god? His mind just goes. I just went blank, man.
Oh, speaking of which, I saw Afterlife the other day on TV.
Did you?
Yes.
And you're still here.
Yeah, I when it came out in the theaters, I was like, it's just a cash grab, and I still had bad taste in my mouth from seeing little bits and pieces of the girl power Ghostbusters.
No one's ever watched that. It doesn't exist.
But then they did it right around Halloween, and I watched it. And it was really good.
Yes. Some people don't like the fact that they had Harold Ramis's image in there, in the body. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, but that was extra permission from the family. That wasn't just just using it just to use it. It was done.
And it was a plot point. I mean,
Yes. It wasn't just like
it was the main plot point.
Yeah, and it wasn't just to sit there and say, "Hey, look, we're going to put him in there." It actually had a lot to do with the plot of the movie. So
it wasn't just like we're just going to throw Han Solo in there as a Force ghost for no reason.
Or Chris Reeve's Superman, like
I was just gonna throw that one in there.
I still don't understand like how Han Solo was able to be a Force ghost when he didn't have the Force.
Well, come on, this is Disney.
Oh, well, because he wasn't actually a Force ghost. Turns out his son was just crazy.
I guess so. I don't know. That whole entire thing, it just needs to be burned down. Just like I don't know what's worse, 2016 Ghostbusters or everything that came after the first three movies, and including Phantom Menace, all that stuff.
2016 Ghostbusters is the worst of everything.
I don't know.
No, 2016 Ghostbusters, which I haven't seen the whole thing of, so I can't really, or the sequel trilogy, which are pretty.
Because I can tolerate The Force Awakens. I actually do tolerate that one because it's an interesting setup. But everything that came after was.
Dude, I saw you after we came out of that second one. You were not happy.
I was livid after the third one. Too.
I was a little scared. I could normally take you, but I think you were about. I was kind of trying to step away from it. It was like you would have.
It's on TV, Eric.
Kid.
Nothing.
No games tonight.
No, the only game on is on Amazon, and I have that on my computer, and so as long as I'm hanging out with you fools, I can't watch football.
You can have it on the background. As long as
we're happy to
No, I
deter you
can
from any
only get it
enjoyment
through
you
my
might have in
computer.
life.
Oh.
We're happy to deter you from any enjoyment you may have in life.
Well, yeah. I mean, Joe's here. That's a plus. You get to see Joe.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's like you see me every single freaking week, multiple times.
Thank you for reminding me.
It's only the Seahawks, so
And we have Geekeasy at least once a week. That's enough for us.
Yeah. Hell, that's more than enough for me, and I don't know what to do with the rest of the time that I have to deal with myself.
Hey, I found a game.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Not completely ignore you guys. This is awesome.
How's that any different than the rest of the time you
Not even a little bit.
No, okay, that's
all right. I'm gonna start off showing the 2 facsimiles that I got this week. Came out really cool.
How you doing, Joe?
Good. How are you, Breen?
I'm all right. Good to see you.
Nice.
I actually have that one.
Cool.
The real, I mean the original.
I'm sure most people your age probably still have these because you bought them off the shelf when they're like what was the original price?
81, I think.
Yeah. What was the price? Like $1 or something?
Yeah, I told Vangam, I said I have trouble buying facsimiles of books that I bought new when they came out.
I think were they
Patrol
doing
does not qualify though.
Were they doing the direct market ones of those back then? For that one, they're
I still like that.
Possibly.
Because a lot of my X-Men that I've been trying to do lately, that really kind of makes me mad. You can't scan them because they have the old direct market where they have the little
it's just so...
Spider-Man picture, you know.
Yes. Oh, sorry. That's reflex.
Like I said, it is so that's still gnarly. You see Wolverine jump out, like that is crazy. Like, man, you're gonna kid it like, oh damn, he's dead.
If only.
Right though. At least I think he's dead. I don't know. But again, you get this, buy this book, this ads. That's the only good part about buying a book like this. I mean, for me, I'm getting it in better condition than what I could probably find it in if it's in a dollar bin, or if it's not. I don't know how much, I don't own these books, but
you're not gonna find that in a dollar bin. Hey, it's Ash.
Well, I knew if I talk about X-Men enough, he would show up. But
how you doing, Ash?
Like I said, I like these facsimiles because I don't own these, and I've never read these before too. So I've been picking up one. It'd be really cool if they just released facsimiles of every single issue.
But are they drawing the line at $2.99?
Yeah, can you imagine if they released them for $2.99, the original facsimiles instead of $4.
That was what was so great about when I first started collecting. Almost all the major titles had reprint titles being published at the same time.
Yep. But I saw Buzz, and you get the ads.
Was she still Sprite back then? Yeah, she was still Sprite back then, I think.
Well, in the book, she's actually she's Catherine. Because older, remember? Future version. Oh. And then, of course, this is back when the characters weren't tainted.
Oh, this is before she became a lesbian?
I don't know if she's a lesbian now, but I mean,
well, yeah, they will at some point make her that.
Well, no, she was a pregnant, unwed mother,
which is even more heroic.
The other facsimile came out. What's Doom Patrol?
That's the one I got.
Now, speaking of Doom Patrol, wouldn't it be cool if they had a Doom Patrol with Dr. Doom, a bunch of Dr. Doom bots doing?
Well, I'm sure there is a crossover between those characters. You said those matchup covers, Dr. Doom and the Doom Patrol.
The Dr. Doom Patrol. That would be cool.
But
which means they'll never do it.
See, this one's cooler because I was looking at this one. This one actually has more of that paper, feel, old school. Where the Marvel, you're getting the gloss. and they're same price. This is better made, I guess, with the more. If you prefer the old school kind of paper, this is that glossy paper they put out. So, but,
Yeah, it's interesting. Hold up the X-Men again.
oh, all right.
Oh no, there it is. Because yeah, once again, DC, at least on the cover, gets it. Marvel has to have their stupid logo and the barcode on the front cover.
Yep. Yeah. Where's the DC
That's
logo?
one thing. That,
see, look.
That's one thing that the non-big two. Why am I having independents have that they got it right? They put it on the back, so you get a. If you have a really cool cover, it's not.
All right. So I actually have 14 books this week.
Oh, good God!
But I'm not gonna give reviews. I'm just gonna say thumbs up or thumbs down. You can decide. Number 14. Decent story. It's Harley Quinn. But it's Madonna version. But basically, they originally, I guess, back in the day, they wanted Madonna to play Harley Quinn, but this is basically a movie that never got made, and I think it's because they went with because Michael Keaton left. So this is supposed to be the third film.
Well,
with Michael
when
Keaton.
was Harley Quinn created? When was Batman Adventures 12?
Oh, I can't
I
remember.
want to say that was a few years into the 90s.
Harley Quinn was first on the animated TV show, though.
Yes. So that would have been Batman animated series came out in 1992, I think.
Okay, so that would have been 3 years after that, right?
Yeah, well, remember in 92 or 91 is when they had Batman Returns.
So according to Google, she first appeared in Joker's Favor on September 11th, 1992.
Yeah. So they wanted.
If this was supposed to be the number 3 thing, this would have been with the Wayne's brother Robin.
Yeah. So there's no Robin in this actually.
They didn't bring back the other.
And
Robin?
Has anybody not read the first one of this?
I'm not. I may have.
I sadly have.
Okay, so you know what happens to the commissioner, right? Gordon.
He's not around in this one.
He's unalived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his daughter.
Pay tribute to Pat Hingle.
His daughter's the new acting commissioner. Bruce Wayne's been missing for about 2 years now. He hasn't been Batman. He's been somewhere else. We found out later that basically looks like Firefly is introduced. But then we find out that it's actually not Firefly. It's actually first of all, it's Bruce Wayne. And we find out posing as Firefly, it's Bruce Wayne. He's in Dr. Jonathan Crane is at Arkham with him.
That's one thing I don't like about stuff like that is they're doing these alternative universes and they're just trying to shoehorn people in on.
Well, it's written by the guy who actually wrote Batman '89. That's what I like about it. So he's keeping his vision what he originally wanted to do.
Yeah, Joe and I were talking about this last night.
Yeah, and there's your Madonna.
I was wondering who that was supposed to be.
Yep, Richard. They're gonna have Madonna, and then they have that guy from Independence Day.
Oh, I thought it was Pedro Pascal.
No, is it Ron Taylor? I can't remember his name was.
You mean the Quaid brother?
This is he always played the gay guy in all the movies. He was even in he was in with in Independence Day. He was hanging out with what's his name? Jeff Goldblum. He has that raspy voice. I forgot what his name is, but you know what, Ash? Keep it up.
Oh, so now we're going to call out people that speak truth to power?
So, anyway, good book.
That actually didn't look bad. I mean, the art looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
I will be the judge of that. Can't be any worse than the last one.
Well, there's no Robin, so it's already better. Number 13. Fun book. It's the last of the series. The next book coming out is Justice Ducks. So basically, Justice League version, what you see in here, for the Darkwing Duck. All right.
Eloise.
Number 12. Vampire Dead Flowers. Fun book, man. Thumbs up on this. If you want to see some of the art in here for you guys.
Yeah, they talk about them. We're just busting your chops.
I know. Well, I don't want to take. I'm trying to cut back on the time, so I don't.
Well, I didn't get shit this week, so.
Oh, you did? Okay.
No,
I've got 10 myself, so I can.
So basically,
dear Lord.
What's up?
Hey.
Oh,
Joe, let's go get a drink, man.
No, but I do. You know,
Sounds good.
It'll take me about like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do mine.
So basically, last issue we found out that basically the father who has been cursed to be a werewolf by this evil controlling witch here, who is jealous, wants power. She made a pact with a demon, and Vampiro is basically trying to put her down, and then so you basically get a classic showdown with her, going after her, everything. Eventually, leads to her demise.
Ooh, that looks painful.
Yeah. And the daughter, we still don't know why she's just blue, but she's walking out to the graveyard. She's remembering something else, chanting something, and then, the big bad villain from the very beginning, the guy who originally died, is back to life again.
Chick version of Dr. Manhattan. That's why she's blue.
Now, again, for anybody that doesn't know, but I'm sure everybody does this one, it's co-written by Frank Frazetta's granddaughter, Sarah.
Yep.
That was the selling point. I realize the art looks a little odd. It's not a typical Vampirella story, but that was also a good selling point because it is different. And I think it's been well worth it so far.
Get the advertising for the next book, and then what's this? Garth Ennis on a 007.
Oh yeah, go back to that page where the woman's impaled.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yep. But you get what's really cool is that the mother who died, who was murdered, is also been trying to help out her daughter, and you get to touch a reunion with her widowed husband or widower.
A touching reunion? What?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's able to touch him, but because but like I said, it's a fun book. I'm really enjoying it. Right. I think that was 12, right? Yeah. 11. Yep. Number 11 is Green Arrow. Not the biggest fan of Williamson. I mean, I do like Green Arrow, but like I said, this was a great book until the last page. Breen, have you read this?
No. What I dropped it. What happened on the last page?
Well, okay. I'll show you the good parts about this. We find out that everything that's been going on with Oliver Queen stuff. Well, first of all, Jade is back, and her and what's his name?
Roy.
Speedy, Roy.
Yeah.
Are gonna go. They have one more place to look, and we found out basically that the person who's been messing with him all the time has been Merlin. Merlin's been basically somehow got time powers or something there, time stream powers or something exchange he got from Waller. So he's the big bad guy who's been messing around with Oliver Queen, trying to keep his family. It's a plot of revenge. Connor shows up. I can't tell if it's a guy or a girl, but because he's gay.
Well, he is asexual now.
Yeah.
He's got his mother in a whirl. She's not sure if he's a boy
Are
or
you
a girl.
Are you guys kidding about that part?
And then this is cool.
Yeah.
Page spread for Keith Given. That's awesome. Remember, everyone from J.D. Mateus, Brian Miller, Joey Cavalieri, Andy Helfer, Kevin McGuire, Jim Lee, Jeff Lemire, Dan Didio, Colleen Durant, Paul Levitz, Mark Wade, Dan Jurgens, Howard Porter. Just leaving look stuff on them. And then, it seems like Desire, what's the name? Leanne jumps in, grabs an arrow, and she's bragging about, my father taught me how to catch an arrow. Yep. then so basically it turns into a portal, and then he thinks he's all alone, but then he says, he hears someone calling Ollie. And then this is like the best part of the whole series is that he gets a happy reunion with her. So something I never would have thought I'd seen DC.
Oh, wait a second. That's not John and Jay.
Yep. I mean, literally, if they've been because if no one else would have been there, they would have been like getting down and dirty in the sand. But because everyone's happy reading there, and then Leon's like, "Well, where the fuck is my dad?" And remember that if those who watched Black Adam, there was an underwater cave, and where they took Black Adam, the movie, put him in the confinement. Well, Waller ends up basically being there and just basically shoots Roy and Jade. And then look, this is what I mean. Female freaking Peacemaker and Thin Waller. Sorry, she's not the wall anymore. She's a toothpick. So there, I can sick of Amanda Waller's in every single freaking book now. She's become Wolverine. But she's not the best at what she does. She's the worst. But just to have him gunned down. Now, I imagine it's trank darts, but you see them, they're just getting shot like that. Which doesn't make sense because Cheshire is pretty much like she's supposed to be considered the most deadliest woman in the thing. And Peacemaker is John Cena in this book. Not the best what he does, but that's what put a sour taste in my mouth, and that's why it's so far down the list. But it's cool to see that they actually give Ollie and Diana, they're actually getting Diana, not Diana, they're getting a reunion like that. It's been a while since I've seen anything like that in a book. Right. Number 10 is Firepower. One more issue, man. Don't know what to say other than the dragon's back. They talked to the old man who was originally possessed by the snakes. He tells him you have to stop the dragon before it regenerates, and then he said he was corrupted. He was originally supposed to stop the dragon, but he got corrupted, and then the dude just disintegrates. So basically the dragon, they come across the dragon, they're in a jet. They all decided to basically jump out like crazy. Yeah. Well, there's certain books I'm going to talk about. Not all of them, but basically the father's son, they're going to jump out, they're going to throw a fireball at it, but then the mother's like, let's not let the boys do all the work, why should they get to have a fun? We're going to go do it. So the daughter and her jump out too. And they're like, oh, let's throw the fireballs. And then it does nothing against it. Until suddenly something else happens. Someone throws a giant fireball, which hits the dragon. They're all like, what the hell? Actually does damage to it. And at the end. It's the guy who basically in the past couple of issues, I forget his name is, but he couldn't. He's the only one that couldn't do the fireball. So, all right. Okay, number 9. Oh, wait. Yeah, number 9 is number 9. Number 9 is Captain America. Breen, you said you read a few books this week.
Yeah, I got this.
You read this?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of it? I thought it was pretty good.
At first, when Cap was watching I guess they were showing him what was happening somewhere else. I didn't know. I thought Cap was in the same room with that guy when they killed him. I thought Cap would never sign off on that, but then I realized he was watching something. They didn't do a very good job of conveying that.
It was basically like,
Yeah, it's. I like it. I don't know. It's because the bar for Cap has been set so low. And here's the thing. This is MCU Cap. This is MCU Doctor Strange. This is MCU everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You totally get that. Doctor Strange isn't going to say totally get that. That whole yeah. I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm not sure if I'm going to come back for number 4.
I really like the past scenes more than I like the present scenes. Him just standing up to that every day. Every day he approaches the Nazi party there and calls them cowards and bullies, and he says, "You guys are all dressed the same because you're cowards. You don't want to stand apart, so you want to be unified." He said sometimes, he said the weak are always going to inherit the earth because their strength.
Okay, I understand what he's getting at, but I do have a sort of a problem with that statement right there. Because
I kind of butchered it.
You guys you all dress like our U.S. military dresses alike too. Does that mean?
I'm butchering what he said. That's not word for word. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So even from what I'm saying, yeah, he said the guy says Cap says, or Steve says, iron swords and iron steels. Iron swords are just made of one element, which makes them brittle. When the going gets tough, they break. But steel swords are made of many different elements, which makes the sword more flexible. Steel bends, but it does not break, no matter how tough things get. Says we're made stronger by our differences, not weaker. It makes us more than the sum of our parts, and one of these days, the sum of our parts is going to beat the pants of the sum of your parts. And of course the Nazi press. So I've seen more communists speak, and just brush them up. And of course, because he's been doing this every single day, he catches the eye of one of the local gangsters who actually happens to be Jewish himself, and he wants to hire Steve to help him basically.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name, but he is actually a real world figure who did help out with the war effort, because he said, we may be gangsters, but we're American.
Yeah.
Meyer
Lansky or something like that.
Yeah, Meyer Lansky.
There was a lot of mafia people who actually enlisted in the military too to fight the war.
Well, even if it was nothing but protecting their interests, I mean, an occupied country, it's hard to have a mob, I guess.
Yeah. See. Yep. Yeah. Other than that, that was pretty good. I mean, I do love this. more to get. I love the supernatural stuff. So the main guy, serial killer, he's called the Emissary. He's now he's being bonded to the demon spirit, who basically wants to destroy anything that's good. So basically, he's basically possessed by the devil, and he's threatened by Steve Rogers' niceness and his good attitude. But so that's the next battle. The next one issue is going to be Cap versus this serial killer who's basically possessed by a demon. So I don't know. Like I said, I like the flashback stuff. I like this. It's interesting. Is this the best Captain America I've read? No. Nowhere near. That being said, I will stick with it. I can see where it's going. Way better than the Colin Kelly one. The Kellen Lansley, whatever it was. So. All right. Number 8. Don't you say anything, Breen. I know what you're going to say.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You could have put it one spot. You're just doing that to be a dick.
Why do you provoke him, Vickman? Why? Why do you provoke him?
Why couldn't that have been number 7?
He and I both think it should be number 7. I don't even collect it, and it should be number 7. You're just doing this to be a me.
Actually, it's number 6. If you read the number over there, it's 006. This really felt like a Daniel Craig ending with Vesper and all that stuff. defeats the bad guys after she turns. Even though she turns on him, they go
La
their
la
separate.
la, don't care. La 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 la.
At the end, he basically Bond never trusted her, and she turns on him because she wants to harness the technology herself. Because basically all the soldiers around the world who have nanites in them, basically she was going to control them, have her own private army. She gives this whole speech. We can't trust the government. MI6 doesn't care about this. They're all corrupt. Can't let it's too dangerous technology fall in the wrong hands. And Bond's like, I agree. That's why the 2 servers I gave, the 2 little drives to you, I actually lied. I made a 3rd one, and he went and he just destroyed the servers that would allow. So basically, no one could use the technology. So when he finally gets, they finally go their separate ways instead of bringing her in, because it's. And I'm not sure why he didn't do it. Maybe because he loves her or what, or I don't know whatever reason it is. But at the end, he's being interrogated by I think his name's M in this one. Anyway, so what happened? He's like, what happened to the technology? The stuff it disappeared and stuff. He's like, and it's like, well, I was like, well, maybe it's for the better. But
yeah. Ash, if we know that Venkman wouldn't do that because that would be cool.
Yeah.
And he needs to give himself some of Carlito's apples for this tonight.
But at the end, he sees her driving off. At the end, so basically that's the end of the series. Overall, I wouldn't mind seeing this adapted into an actual movie. But then again, the movie would be much worse than this.
Well,
because they woke it up more.
Yeah, Bond's finished.
Yeah.
But
all right,
I think I may actually start the next series with Garth Ennis.
Dude, I'm looking at what it's Garth Ennis, man. Garth Ennis on
as long as it has art, because I'm not paying $4 or $5 for shit.
Sure, I hear you. Well, look at Jennifer. There's a new Jennifer Blood came out, but they fucked up that character by letting Fred Van Lente write it. Retconning and saying that the original Jennifer Blood's dead, so her daughter, who hates the fuck out of her mom, somehow is now posing as Jennifer Blood, but she has no reason to pose as Jennifer Blood. The original mother, the story was written by Stephen Grant and by Garth Ennis in 2 separate volumes. Her character was basically she posed as Jennifer Blood, put a black wig on, sunglasses, and was killing her uncles for killing her father and messing up her mother's life. That was it. And try to live a normal life at the same time, with her 2 kids and her husband. Yeah, so there's no reason for the daughter to be dressing up as a Jennifer Blood alias. It is so stupid. At least the art's a little better in this run, but like I said, Fred Van Lente, sorry, I'm not going to buy another book with you because you just don't know how to write. It's a little harsh, but to me, it's as dumb as a Marvel and DC destroying characters. All right, number 7. North Valley Grimoire. Anyone else reading this? I'm the only one?
I'm not.
Blake Northcott?
Nothing against it. I just didn't start it.
It's kind of like your Buffy thing without the Scooby-Doo gang. Her friend created this grimoire, this magic artifact. This X-Files agency wants to get their holds on it because it's the most powerful artifact. You find out her mother, who was a CIA agent, was also involved in something else more with a supernatural project. She's been incarcerated, and the main guy who created the technology, who discovered magic and was bonding at the technology, turned on the government and left. So she became the fall guy or the fall girl, and that's her mother's in prison. And now, so everybody's after this book that she basically discovered, and she's the only one who can open it because she has the key. I guess it's just a tattoo. It's on her back, which is funny enough is a tramp stamp. Yeah, so now she's forced to team with this agent who basically cannot die. He's because a cursed artifact touched, and now he doesn't age, cannot die. All he wants to do is basically get rid of the magic so he can finally die, be at peace. We don't know how old he is. We just know that he's just basically wants to basically die. And they've got everyone, anybody is coming after the magic tome. Her uncle was kidnapped in this issue, and now he's being held hostage because they need her to show up. And that's pretty much about it so far. like I said, really fun series. Yeah. So he does give Uncle to a minor though, which was just kind of funny in this. He's talking to her. He's like, well, I need to tell you. He's like, he's like, you need a drink. She's like, dude, I'm a minor. Hello, I'm a minor. He's like, yeah, well, this is really fucked up. You just saw all this shit, and they're gonna tell you more about your mother you didn't know. She's like, okay, make it a double. So, but yeah, like I said, I kind of like this, man. It's very, and this is the first book I've ever written or read by Blake Northcott. She did team up on, I believe was it a Harley Quinn book or was it a Black? Oh, Catwoman. That's what it was. So Sean Gordon Murphy,
who basically lent his name to it, but it was her story.
Yeah. So if you enjoy that, you're going to enjoy
the art on those stories. I can't remember.
On this story here?
No. I think I don't know if he did the art on the Catwoman. I can't remember.
I think he did do the art, or you maybe don't need the cover, but. Giuseppe Cafaro is art of this, and yeah, it's very fun book. If you like Buffy, you're kind of gonna like this too. All right,
the movie was better than the TV series, by the way.
TV series was good.
What'd you say?
He said the movie's better than the TV show.
It's two entirely different entities.
Yeah. The TV show was adapted from the movie, actually, and they decided to change a few things. That's all.
And then, of course, the movie's got Paul Rubens dying, which is probably the funniest scene in that whole movie.
All right, she does like everybody else. She does like the credits. No. All right, number 5, or should I say, number 6 of the week. Predator versus Wolverine. Benjamin Percy, man, he's starting to put in pressure on me that he actually can write. I've never read anything by him before. I did hear that, unfortunately, that the Ghost Rider story series is starting to take a dip. Renee Quinn. Hey, look, it's Roy Kirk. Man, I thought we'd go a whole entire stream without him. But it turns out the Predator's been involved ever since the Weapon X program too. They basically want his Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. They want the adamantium first off. He wakes up, they attack him. He sprays stuff in his mouth, causes his basically to look like Chrome Dome. A lot of gore in this. Like I said, it's really cool. If you're gonna have a Wolverine versus Predator and there's no gore, then you shouldn't be writing it. But he's basically taken aboard the ship. Two of the Air Force pilots, come across this mysterious ship. They fire warning shots. Basically, it fires back, destroys one of the ships, and it's going to space. Wolverine and Berserker mode, because he's come back. He's not completely dead. Ends up pulling up Batman. You know where I'm going here, right? Busts to the hall and falls to Earth. Yeah. Of course. He falls there and they find his body there and they put a stretcher. They find the helmet. And what's really cool about the whole thing, helmet, that's what's used to make this helmet for him. So they use the Predator technology to help make Wolverine even more ferocious. I thought that was kind of cool. So Wolverine's basically trying to lure it back out by setting a trap. Meanwhile, we go back to when he was in Japan, learning to be a samurai or swordsman. Talks about how his master, how this guy had so much patience to basically craft a certain set of steel, and the guy is he really liked this sensei, and then the Predator shows up at the end. So if you're a fan of Wolverine, this is actually a really good story to read. Never was the biggest Predator fan, only for the first movie. I didn't. What was the second one? Concrete Jungle or whatever it was with Danny Glover. I hated that movie. It was not good.
Jackson, those are life changing. not nerve-wracking.
Oh, Jackson wishes he could be part of the puppet reading, but sorry, this is not enough room for you.
What is it? Is it over? What's going on?
Well,
I'm sorry. Did someone put a gun to your head and say you had to be here?
Oh, you're just in time for Geekeasy to do a strip show for you. All right, top 5. Moon Knight, fun series, man. Sad to hear that it's ending. Oh wait, it's not ending because it's gonna start over at number 1. Dumb.
Hey, what number is this?
29.
No. What number on your list?
Oh, this is number 5.
Hey Joe, you still here?
No, he left.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, save those yawns. We've got 5 more to go.
Yeah.
But will it be a number 1? But who is going to be Moon Knight? Because they have another Moon Knight in there. So is it going to be?
It's going to be Moon Knight again.
Yeah, but who will be Moon Knight is what I'm saying. Will
Probably, I guess, a black lesbian with a mental illness hair.
They do have a black guy who's the other.
No, but what you're not listening to, it's going to be Mark again. They already said in the issue coming up, it's Mark come back from the dead.
It's Mark. Always Mark.
Mark Wahlberg. Where's your mother?
Marky Mark.
Speaking of which, they're doing a Ted TV series where he goes to high school with Ted.
Like I said, you get the whole cast in here. So basically, if you've been a fan of this series, it doesn't drop in quality at all. The entire series, and you keep getting bombarded with. Wait, is that a Hickman ad? Oh, so it's finally something that's not horrible being shoved into the book. Marvel has one of the worst ads, but then again, at least it's not
the artist on that.
Marco Cicchetto
On Moon Knight.
Oh no, on Moon Knight. Oh. On Moon Knight, it is Federico Sabatini.
The pages you showed were less than impressive.
It's the way they've been for a while. I don't know. I'm just. I'm gonna ask though. When you read your books, do you have your pinky extended?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
You gonna start on me now?
I agree with Breen that the art in these last few ones have not been good.
They've been decent. They're not horrible.
Because I'll turn on you like a Memphis wrestler.
Will you turn on me?
Yes, I will.
Oh.
I'm the dirtiest player in the game. Woo!
You're not. You know what though? You're not on the level of the devil.
Nobody is.
Nope. But fun series. Like I said, it is dumb that they're ending it and then it's relaunching it. I don't even bother to look and see if there's even a legacy number. And wait, there isn't a legacy number on this cover. So
who cares at this point? I mean, seriously, if you're when you stop a series, relaunch it, same team, same everything, just a new number 1.
Yep.
It is. I said they're just creatively bankrupt. I said everything about the big 2 is just shit.
So my question is, I saw the advertisement for this. Last Ronin is a sequel to that? I thought it's called Last Ronin. Why is there a sequel? Last Ronin 2. That's kind of dumb.
They should have called the previous series the second to Last Ronin series.
Yeah. It's a 5,000% better than all the current She-Hulk runs with Rainbow. What's her name? I would say probably that the Rainbow Rowell She-Hulk's probably better than any of the X-Men books, but that's not much better.
It's just, I don't know.
All right. But number 4 for this week. Turtles. Saturday Morning Adventures. It's been fun with this. And the reason you're seeing a bunch of Shutters on there because they're having ShutterCon. In order to steal what he needs in order to forge his weaponry, indestructible sword, he has to break into a museum. In order to do that, he needs a distraction because they decided to cancel the SantaCon because last year was all a bunch of riots and everything. We had people. She says at the beginning, people were riding reindeers down the streets of New York. Shredder decides, you know what? We'll just call it ShredderCon. Just people can't dress up, and he uses it as a distraction. Now, I guess some people were complaining about because why does Shredder look like he's black? It's the way he looked in the cartoon series, actually. So, you see me here, but Anyway, so a lot of hijinks. Turtles basically have to battle against the goons, and then make their way to try and track down Shredder. But overall, I thought it was pretty funny. I said, fun book. All right, number 3 for this week, and it's been one of my more favorite books. The more I read it, Local Man. It also has the flip side book for it because they do the flip books in here. Two stories, one. Just have more fun with this. And if you're not reading this story, you're missing out. Like I said, it's kind of like what Matt Fraction wanted to do for Hawkeye, but it didn't work. In this sense, this guy is kind of he's kind of a loser. He got kicked off his own team, but he has like his skill is he can just whenever he throws, he doesn't miss. So if he throws a tennis ball or stuff, he can hit his target. He just can't kill anything. And he's basically been sent back home to Farmington, Wisconsin, because it is a Tim Seeley book. It's Wisconsin. He has, I don't know if he's from Wisconsin or what his obsession is with it, but
I think he's Chicago.
Oh, so he just wanted to live in a better state.
Well, I got a thing from him a little while ago, a couple years ago, and it was from Chicago. I think he says that he's from Chicago.
Oh, okay. So he ends up going into the woods because this girl's been missing, and doing a favor for the sheriff. He comes across these hippies. These hippies give him some drugs, so he's basically tripping on LSD. That's all entire issue. For the point he actually notices he's basically got Wade Wilson kind of fourth wall sense. All of a sudden he's like, I'm seeing my thoughts. He's right here and right here. He's like, can actually see my the boxes here. So that was kind of cool because that's how much he's tripping them. And he ends up basically discovering a storage facility, which his ex-girlfriend, who's married to the sheriff, is basically been. She's been not to say experimenting, but she had people. She had she had her own teen force there. She was trying to build her own Teen Titans thing for this shadow organization, and he just discovered one of her facilities that she had. So we have to learn more about her. She's not as clean as a whistle as they think that she is. And on top of that, she owns a cupcake bakery place. So told you, people who own cupcakes are evil. No, it's a good source.
Colored muffin tops.
Well, yep, yeah. Well, I have nothing against colored muffin tops. I like them all. And then you get a short little story in the back here from his past. So not only you get in the present, but you're getting you're getting the past stories, the adventures he's had. You get to learn more and more her what she did after he left and went to join the team to be but so yeah, I mean this is art. Little weird art here. I'm not sure who's supposed to be Tim Seeley or supposed to be Tony Fleek's art in this one, but fun book. Definitely check it out if you haven't checked it. If you're looking for an alternative book that's not Marvel DC.
And if you're looking for an alternative lifestyle book, Action Comics 1059.
I thought that was the other book that's out this week. But, oh well. Number 2. It's Conan the Barbarian. I was shocked because there's one more book that I somehow was better than this. It shocked me too. Conan the Barbarian. This is right after the last story, which I thought was going to end, but apparently continued. And we get to a story how he ends up meeting this. I got here. Belit is her name. Pirate Queen.
Bailey.
I
don't think you pronounced the T.
Yeah, but fun book. Love. They say that for many months they were in love. Had adventure stuff, and then leads her.
But it's good to know she recovered because she died in Conan 100 back in the 70s.
Yeah, so she's not dead in this one. Or do you think she's dead?
She got better. No one's. If you're not Uncle Ben, you don't stay dead.
I mean, it looks like he just lit the boat on fire.
I think they're pulling that. You might want to add Alfred in there because so far he's not coming back either.
But
We'll see.
I gotta say though, I love the art in this. I love the story title, coloring art. It's on the glossy paper, which is okay because unlike Marvel, I'm not getting ink all over my hands. But and it's a thicker paper too, so for only paying $3.99. But basically, Conan is basically hired to steal something, and this really feels like a Dungeon. And for those who watched that really bad Dungeons and Dragons movie with Chris Pine, it's kind of like they have their own team. He's running around with like the original movie. There's a girl who's good, as a rogue. She's a rogue who's good at stealing stuff, and then she's got another guy who's good at doing a pickpocketing. Conan's a hired muscle. They break into this temple, and just like how they get into the temple is they basically because they use corpses, experiment on, or the ritual stuff. So they hide in the barrel or the back of the cart with all the bodies. Eventually, they go in there, they start killing everybody. It's just fun all the way through. I've never been a huge Conan the Barbarian fan as far as comic books go. I love the movie. Second one was okay, but the court all leads down basically that what was in there is a piece of the temple, that the Black Spire that was in the first story, with the zombies and stuff. They're going into it, and this guy picks up out of the thing, and of course, all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, there's nothing to worry about." So, very very fun book. If you're, like I said, I'm not a huge Conan the Barbarian fan when it comes to comic books. This is I believe Jim Zub, right? I believe that's what it says. See here, is that what it is? All right, there's a list. Oh yeah, Sub and Braithwaite Rodriguez. Very very fun book. Now, Ash, are you still here? This is a book that usually Matt Kent started with somebody else, and Matt Kent was involved with this. This is Mattson Tomlin. Working with Keanu Reeves on this, and
ooh, shiny.
Yeah, I got the full cover. I was like, might as well. I've been doing it with all the Berserkers. That's the only book I get the full covers. So you pay a little more. I paid $12 for this. Yeah. So basically, it starts off with this girl, this woman traveling to like the desert, going to these monks because she's the last survivor of this civilization that's been there, lived in the desert for years and years, and she wants their record, because she's gonna die. She wants to make sure that they're not forgotten through time. A story of how Keanu Reeves came to their little temple and was basically forced to fight, for the king. But at first they beheaded him, only to find out later that, well, because he doesn't die, he just becomes an egg and then rehatches himself. Really weird. Okay. Yeah. What's funny thing is that he's like, what was really cool about this? He's like, Keanu Reeves' character only says one word for the very first half part of the book while he's in captivity. He says the king. When king going to ask him all these questions, he says, "This won't end. Also, this won't end well for you," which really sounds like a John Wick thing. Say, basically, you're getting a lot of gore in this. He just killing many people, and the queen recognizes that that he's more useful to her in other ways. So she conspires him to break him free.
I bet she does.
Yes. There's a page in here that I really can't show because there's nudity in this, which I was not expecting. Can't remember if they did, but so yeah. Of course, the handmaiden girl that was spying him gets her nose cut off. That's why her nose is gone. That's why she looks like a Skeletor. But the queen ends up making out with him. But overall, we learned that basically he's basically like everybody's read Geiger. He constantly keeps releasing. Well, sounds kind of gross, but he releases his payload, kind of like Keanu Reeves did in this. He has to fight. He basically he has to fight people, and otherwise the whatever entities with him will take over and just annihilate everything in sight. He's like an atomic bomb. He gets and so he has to keep fighting. If he doesn't fight, it gets worse for everybody. So he keeps traveling out further and further to find more people to fight. And eventually it gets to the point where he goes too far. He can't, and he says, I can't be with you anymore because this game's dangerous. Eventually he finds that she's been kidnapped, or at least, by these people. She said, like, her village, when their soldiers are young, their hands are inked, tattooed with ink. Goes back to the king. I'll stop right here. I don't want to say any more about this, but a lot of gore, a lot of Keanu Reeves, a lot of Berserker. If you like the original Berserker run, this is continuing the fun. I wasn't trying to make a pun, but I did. Fun book, number 1 of the week. That's it.
Nice.
Joe, wake up.
I'm awake. I'm here. I swear.
Oh, I did grab. I was at the store the other day. I found some more stuff. Anyway, Batwing toys. I've been collecting these, the Hot Wheels.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah,
those are fun to get.
And then I got the comic Batmobile. So then, because whenever I see one of these at the store, I always have to buy one of these. So it's my
Joe had himself a nice little kind of a Ghostbuster mobile for a while.
And then, of course, because they had this in the third movie, The Well. And so it lights up.
Hey, I just realized Zach isn't here. Is he not coming at all tonight? Or?
Yep.
So where is he tonight?
I don't know. I did send the link.
Yeah, I just noticed that he's a little later than normal.
I mean, do you actually miss him?
Well, I thought it would be impolite not to mention that we noticed.
Hold on, I got a message here. I'm gonna have to be a no-show tonight. Work ran long. We're overbooked appointments and are just now driving home. Maybe he said he hasn't even got a chance to read his comics. That was around half an hour ago.
Beautiful.
Oh man, no making fun of Zach. Why are we here?
Wait. Who says we can't make fun of Zach? You realize that we can make fun of Zach when he's not here, right? What we're doing right now?
It's not as fun, but sure.
I beg the difference. All right, who wants to go next? Who is next?
I'll go ahead and go next because I gotta bounce soon here anyway. Still got some homework to do for the day. Ready. So, all right. Yeah, I actually got a couple things to show this week. Much older though, nothing current, nothing new because
Cool.
So I did get a couple packages over the last week, and so I got my package containing my Predator versus Wolverine issue number 1. This is the cover I went with because it just looked super sick. Really enjoyed it. This is the only issue I've read so far too. I haven't read any of the others just yet, but for what they were doing, I will say I was actually pleasantly surprised with this book. I was not expecting much from Marvel with their crossover book, but I enjoyed that first issue absolutely. So
I was not gonna pick it up. I was like, "Oh, it's Wolverine versus Predator." And I'm like, "Oh, it's current Marvel." Then Jay Lucian, who's a friend of the channel, he's like, "Dude, this book's so great." I'm like, "But it's like $7, bro. I don't want to pay it. It's like it's expensive." Then I read it. I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah. I read it up on the high seas first, and then I'm like, "Okay, I kind of want it. I think I'm gonna want this. This is gonna be one of those
Yeah.
I mean, because I have, especially on the DC side, I have in singles all of like Batman versus Predator 1 through 3, Superman versus Predator, Batman versus Aliens, Superman versus Aliens 1 through 2, and then like the Batman Superman versus Aliens Predator and Justice League versus Predator. I'm a sucker for these crossovers. I think they're absolutely just fun.
Do you know what's better than all of them? Superman versus Terminator. Did he freeze? Hello? Eric? Did I freeze?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Okay. So I was like, because I'll just stare at Joe. Let's see if hopefully he doesn't pop out. I know he was kind of fuzzy at first, but I wasn't sure. What's up, Blue Rhaegar? My uncle Bet is dead in terms of brand logos. Oh, you mean Peter's uncle? That's very different. Oh, is the ending to Lamb Chop going through anyone else's head? What's Lamb Chop? Oh, we lost Joe.
Yep. Lamb chop. What do you mean?
I was reading your comment.
Oh, it's the theme song for.
I know. I'm just making fun of it.
So I'm right. I'm next, huh? Okay.
I guess so, unless he pops back in.
So yeah, I just. Sorry, I was using the facilities. That's why I'm. All right. So let me go here. I can't find this one, so I'm just going to mention it. The 89, Batman 89 Echo.
Okay.
I read it. It was... It was,
Welcome back, Joe.
Yeah, sorry about that. Wi-Fi.
I thought I froze, dude. How many books do you have this week, Joe?
I got a few more.
Yeah, I'll throw you in there.
We can throw him back on if you want.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
We just, I was like, somebody needs to go.
Yeah, so Predator versus Wolverine. Cool. And then I did pick up, I haven't read it yet, but issue number 2.
Like I said, it's a fun series, man. I was going to wait for the trade, but I'm like, I just want to read the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to do both. This is one of those few times where I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do both.
And then we'll get the review for both of them at the same time.
Might as well. And then is it the first issue of the Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong crossover book? I was gonna get that anyway because it's Godzilla crossover with superheroes
versus the
That's
Legion
fun.
of Doom.
Joe is Mr. Kaiju. Anything remotely Kaiju, this guy's got it in his hands.
I picked it up for the whim.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Second one is equally as good.
Yep. So I expect this to be a really fun series. That's it for the singles. Then I got some trades. So past week, I also got Noctera, volume number 3.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is the last. Is that?
Yeah.
I think it's the last Noctera. It's the conclusion to the story.
I guess it says at the end. It says the end for now, or something like that. Like they leave it open.
Something like that. Yeah. Either way, I enjoyed the first 2 volumes, so looking forward to that one. Let's see. Then I also
it's like Supernatural. Yeah. So
got the hardcover copy of Vampire State Building because that sounded like a really fun book.
No, Charlie Adler, the guy from Walking Dead.
What's that?
That's the guy from Walking Dead, the artist. Charlie Adler.
Charlie Adler? Nice. Yeah, so I just read the premise of that. I'm like, yeah, Empire State Building, vampires in it. Sounds like a good time. Let's see what it's got.
You're like me. I grabbed that one zombie book that came out. I forget what it's called, but it came out a couple weeks ago, a month ago. And like, about a girl wakes up in an airport and realizes she doesn't even realize that there's even zombies. It was so weird. But yeah, the zombies, vampires. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, for reals. So got that. Looking forward to that one. Did get the Super Sons. The most recent Super Sons Omnibus.
Jeez.
So got all the Super Sons stories collected up in here. So that's gonna be fun because I love that the Super Sons book. That was
Nice.
so sad when the original series was canceled.
90s, you get it signed.
Depressing.
Get it signed by Tomasi.
Yeah, I'd like to get it signed by Tomasi if I could, but I don't know when next time I'm going to go to a
Once he comes to
comic
Japan.
convention, specifically in the States. So, yep, good to go.
Hey, Austin B.
Oh.
What's going on, Jughead? Who's the new guy? Well, he's not really new. He's been here before.
Yeah, I'm kind of on and off and stuff. Full-time college student and full-time stay-at-home dad. So it's like,
I'm just loving your Chuck Norris shirt.
It could also just mean me, the new guy.
Give blood or need it. And then we were in one last thing. We were in Tokyo last week when there was a little pop-up shop there at Haneda Airport, and they were selling Steam Decks.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I bought a Steam Deck. 1 terabyte hard drive, OLED screen.
It's basically like a Game Gear or a Switch. So it looks like.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Switch.
You can broadcast it to your
Steam profile.
It goes right to your. Can you broadcast it to your TV? Like the Switch?
I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool.
There's a dock that I can buy that I can plug into my TV, and then I just dock it and then pick it up with a regular controller. So that's a good time. That's a good time. Like in the airport and specifically in the airport and then on the plane. This was really fun to have.
It's like the width of a laptop.
Yeah, it's pretty long. It's very comfortable though.
Well, it's got the Valve thing on the background too. It's made by Valve.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Their whole Steam thing. Yeah, I was a little worried about the top buttons here at first, but again, surprisingly, it's fairly comfortable. So this one was all said and done after taxes and conversion back to the back to USD, like $666.33. I used a credit card and I split it between two checks.
That's more than the PS5.
Hey, that's after
Oh
taxes.
man.
All right. That's everything I got this week.
Just make sure you don't drop it.
Oh god, no.
It's like carrying the PS5 and you're playing that and then you drop the PS5. It's like get nothing. So
God no.
At least you could.
And with that,
yeah.
So with that, I gotta bounce because I still got schoolwork to do for the rest of the day.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for showing up.
All right. Yep, this was fun.
All right,
I'll join you next time when I can.
All right, guys, check out if you haven't done so. Subscribe to they're at Joe's Geek Show.
Yeah, haven't posted any videos in a while, but as soon as the semester's over after next week, I will jump back to it.
All right, man.
Can you give me one for the road, Joe?
Give you one what?
You know what I want. 4 words.
You're ending. You're ending your shows.
Oh
no! I want to hear. Joe knows the 4 words I want.
I don't know.
Is it? I'm the goddamn Batman.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought you wanted your sign off.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to do it first. Yeah, if you check out my channel, you go down far enough down the list, you'll find out exactly what he's talking about with that one.
It's like which Batman video? There's like tons of them.
Yeah, but I almost always exclusively use that. I'm the goddamn Batman.
From the best version of Batman ever, by the way.
Yeah, hey, Rhaegar's got an interesting one. Scissor me, daddy, now. Ah!
Well, everybody loves the acclaim.
Yep. If you don't, you're a heathen.
Yep. All right.
Later, man.
See you, Joe.
All right. So I guess it's back to me now.
Yep.
Okay. So Echo, we already told you I did. It was like, okay. Then I just happened to pick this up because I saw the cover. And I thought, why not? Because I liked the movie.
Oh. Is it good?
No.
Oh, I saw it the other day. I was like, I didn't get it though. But I was like,
It was. I have really no idea what they're trying to be like artsy and fartsy with it. I think.
it didn't sound like it was supposed to be anything like the movie. It was just using the
No.
name,
Yeah. Okay.
like a frame
Basic
job.
Instinct pound of flesh, and so it starts out at some sort of like strip club type thing.
Yeah.
Where they're doing a show and they're doing a kind of an acid trippy type of Selma Hayek girl dancing with a snake thing with some narration about how evil humanity is, all that stuff. And so she gets murdered and then someone else gets murdered and then they start the investigation, and it's just really, I don't really know the connection between the movie and
What I read on Comixology, or not Comixology, but Comic Book League, or Comic League, Comic Geeks. They had said it's supposed to like this guy's hosting an art gallery of this woman that was murdered, and someone gets a security guard or someone gets killed, and then he's like, I guess they're investigating him now. So I was like, oh, it sounds kind of cool, but I don't know. If they ever come up with a trade and it's available for me, I might pick it up then. But
yeah, I just wasn't impressed. You can see the art; they're trying to be all artsy and stuff with the.
I want to see Sharon Stone again in comic form.
Yeah, but see, they actually have her on the cover, but then there's also, they say they use you can't smoke in here. What are they going to do? Arrest me for smoking? But it was a guy, and he didn't do anything like that. I'm like, all right, whatever. Just if you're gonna make reference, you got to have the leg crossing thing too, with a chick and just
the most pause.
Yeah,
moment on VHS.
And okay, then another one that I was just like, why am I still doing this?
I don't know. You're glutton for punishment. Melania was reading Cantwell Iron Man.
I keep the derision. I guess I deserve it. I don't know why the hell I'm still doing it. Then
because you like Paige with I.
Okay, then I have. This is 1078.
Okay.
It's they're drawing this story out a little too much. They've got the bad guys have him on trial and they're going to hang him, and they're taking him down to the gallows the last couple of issues while all the other people are trying to free him and stuff like that. And it's just one of those things that's like it's taking way too long to get to it, just so they're trying to draw the story out.
I dropped the series. I love Ram V, but you said what you're talking about there, taking forever for the plot to move.
Yeah. And okay, then this would normally be a little higher up on the list, but they did something in this issue, and I wanted to say something when you were talking about it, but I decided to wait till now.
Okay.
It really annoyed me. Wolverine versus Predator, number 3. This was a great series up until they put the connection between Wolverine's origin and the Predator. Why do they always do that? Whenever they do stuff like this, they have to have some sort of they can't just do an interesting story of the two of the people fighting. They have to make some sort of connection between one of their origins and have this big connection between the two. I mean, I didn't mind them, him keep coming back because he thought he was a good fight. Mm-hmm. Didn't mind that, but have the Predator be, part of his Wolverine's origin. No.
They make it more personal, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
see what I'm saying? It's an old trope. I mean, just.
I haven't read the other ones. I mean, like, I excuse it for this issue, but
yeah, I haven't read any of the other ones either. But they do that in some of these other stories. Other fighting. You see what
my thing is like, it would go back to this whole thing where like Wolverine's obliterated. How has he come back? Like his skull was he had a skull,
Yeah,
I'll come back for that. I was more annoyed about that. I
yeah.
was
And then
like,
there's a thing where they kept ripping his face off, and you just see the
yeah,
adamantium stuff. It's like, okay, you're really just
yeah.
why, you know, I don't know, but
But
I will probably finish the series up just because.
yeah, so there's a danger with connecting origin stories, and is that it makes stories world smaller, and the more it happens retroactively, the more contrived it is. I can agree with that.
Yep, yep.
But I mean, for this self-contained story, it's not 616, so it's an alternate universe. I mean, it didn't bother as much. Now, if they say, "Oh, this is the main current Wolverine stuff," it's like, hey, at least he's not just dying, coming back from an eggshell like a Coca-Cola every other week.
I wouldn't know about that. I haven't read X-Men in a long time.
You don't need. There's nothing you need to know. It's basically like Berserker, but Berserker is better.
And I stopped reading Berserker a long time ago too. And I did miss. I didn't realize that the new Captain America was out, or else I probably would have gotten that. But then we have Moon Knight, and I still like this. I love Moon Knight, but this story seems like they're dragging this one out too, just so they can get get to the issue where they want.
Well, just got one more
30 or
one
whatever
more issue, yeah, and then that
Yeah.
relaunches at
They,
January.
they want to end it on 30, so they have to try and stretch it out a little bit. It shouldn't take them this long to get up the stairs and stuff, but and this art kind of bugs me a bit. But that's just
I thought they drew Tiger pretty good.
I mean, I'm I probably may have mentioned this before, but I really like the more crisp, clear stuff like Jim Lee or Byrne or
I hear you on that, but I
some
mean,
of
like
those.
for art that's out right now,
Yeah.
I mean, to choose from, there isn't that many great artists to choose from.
Yeah, and this one, it just they get this, and I can understand when they have they try and do weird stuff to set the mood, but
Yeah.
this isn't one of the ones that they do that. Like there's going to be a book later on where they do weird stuff to set the mood, and that works. But this one is just it's maybe the person just isn't all that good, But
Mhm.
okay, then this would be number 3. And it's not me, by the way.
Something is killing the Karen. Oh, so true.
Yes, children. But number
Not the
35.
children.
It's still a pretty good series. I have the feeling this is either the end of the arc, or it's going to be the end of the series for a bit. I don't know. They, ended off. She just beat some people and she's off hiding. Or people thought that she's dead, but there's somebody who still thinks she's dead. I mean, alive. They're gonna try and go after her and kill her because she's estranged from the House of Slaughter and stuff like that. But I sort of like the story. The only problem is that they just don't have enough of the story per issue.
Everything's written for the trades. In this case, written for the omnibus.
Yes. Okay, and then number 2, Sirens of the City, number 5. Now this is the one I was talking about here, where they have what the hell did I do? They have the art on there where it's all kind of like it is really interesting art, but then they throw in little, sections of color and stuff in there to do some like punctuation for points and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually pretty good art on top of it, but I don't mind it when it's artsy like this, when it's good art to begin with. So, but this is also a miniseries, I think.
Who is that
one.
by? What's that? What's the publisher?
This is Boom, and it's Starer. I think what is the name? Joni Starer. Starer.
Okay. Oh, cool.
She wrote. I think she did the mini lives of.
Oh, are we an artist? Yeah. Many lives of Lila Star or Many
Yeah.
Deaths.
Yeah.
It was that was Ram V, and I forgot who the artist was, but it sounds like the ones that Skip and Ash would always tell me about.
Okay, and then number 1. 2 covers on this one.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna have to flash them up here a little bit because
Well, hold on. You went real fast.
yeah, I had to because Boom.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah,
and we're canceled.
yeah. Well, that's why I was gonna go.
That's I didn't show them at all. There's a reason why I skipped that page in the other book.
Yeah. And these are the covers. I can't. That's why. That's the ones of my.
You pervert.
Yeah. Guilty. It's called Flesh Eating Cheerleaders.
How dare you objectify women on this channel?
Hey, why not do it on the channel when I do it every other day too, everywhere else? But there's a series called Flesh Eating Zombies from Outer Space, and this was a series, and this is the holiday special of it. And Joe and I were talking about that last night, and he was saying that the only reason that it sold well because he read like the first issue, he's like the story sucked, and the only reason they did it was for people bought it was like the covers and the boobies on the inside. And this is before I read this issue, and I said at least the story there was kind of interesting, but this one it's got this just both of them are number 1. Here, I'm doing it this way.
The chat is speechless. They've stopped. You've killed the chat.
Woohoo! Yeah,
15 people, though. I gotta say this. So, thank you for all who are watching. Now, 15 people. If you're not subscribed, please do that right now. Leave a like, also, and comment after the stream. Let us know what you got this week. If you read comic books, what your favorite character is. Stuff like that.
But
thank you.
He was right about this one. This one was just 2 stories that really had nothing to do with the the original story, and it was just I think them just trying to sell titles for the holiday issue and
spread some cheer.
Suckered in, hey, yeah, Christmas cheer. Hey, I'm supporting it.
You might as well just show up, tear it next.
just might as well just sit there and send them a check and say, hey, shut up and take my money.
Yeah. Geeky Clip Show. We do not objectify women, but we will support other women who do.
Yes,
we'll back them, and then they're.
I'm supporting the comic industry. I'm trying to support independent comics and good art.
Hey, what's up, E? Since he did I believe an unboxing earlier. Go check that out. He's got some cool books coming out for the auction this week. All brand new books. He says no. I'm assuming he means there's gonna be no books we haven't seen in the past 12 auctions. It's all brand new stuff. So he got 3 autographs by the end of the show. Walt Simonson, but he corrected as Simonson because he is just a goob. Marv Wolfman and Neil Adams. That's kind of cool, man. You got the certificates, or you just happen to be there and just identify it? But it's kind of cool, man. I guess those would be big dogs.
Yeah, I think they were Whatnot. If that's what you're asking us, who does the?
Oh, Whatnot is I said Whatnot Publishing has been one of my favorite publishers.
This is After Dark. This is After Dark Publishing.
But Whatnot is really cool. For a brand new publisher, you get the what is the one I just had? The North Valley Grimoire. That one's out there too. They had the Wesley Snipes one book that was out. Exiled. They're just coming out with more and more cool books. Titan Comics has been fun too. Titans, I've been liking them more than Dynamite's just kind of a drop in the ball for me. But
yeah, there's a lot of the newer stuff. See, that's the thing when you get a new publisher, they have to start doing really good stuff because they have to try and get the market share. You know,
new or old publisher, if you're an older publisher and you're not putting out good stuff, you are not doing your job.
Right. That's why you get some of the like the big two, their sales are flagging because they're just basically doing this stuff to everybody. But
yeah, they don't care about selling. They care more about propaganda and shilling.
Yeah,
as far as
you want something to get some new good. You want to make sales. You have to do good stories. That's why a lot of the independent stuff.
We've talked about the big two and how they'd rather appease people who don't read their books than appease the people who actually want to buy the books.
Yep.
But we're dropping numbers by flies. Quick, show another book. Or is that it this week? That's it. Mr. Breen, do you have anything to show?
No, in fact I'm going to head out and catch the end of the football game. But I just read Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong #2.
Oh, nice.
Good book.
I'm not sure if it was.
You pulled a Vankman. That's usually what I do. Sometimes you guys are talking. You and Ashton had seen the Discord. I always read a book.
No, I mean the whole Batgirl knocks out Jason with one punch and he's out for like the rest of the issue. Yeah, we get it. Girls are better than boys at everything, and Jason bad.
Well, Jason's been written as a dumbass for the past.
I know he has been, and I don't like that. I said it's. Yeah.
No, I don't like it either. But I mean, Jason, he being a hothead, he's gonna do what he wants. He's been written like that for a while now.
That's fine, but he's being written as a completely ineffectual fop who is just there so the so capable Gal Squad any one of them can knock him out with one punch. So let's be realistic. Is it possible? Yes, but
So MK is asking you, what do you 1 to 10? How do you rate that book?
What, that Godzilla?
Yeah,
5.
So it's mid.
It's fun. There's some fun action scenes, and like I said, I don't like this. I don't like.
So
little
you guys
Billy
heard it.
Boy Shazam.
Godzilla or Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong is issue number 2. It's mid. It's mid.
Hey,
yeah.
Eric, you it seems like you Breen, you pretty much created a new person because Monarch says one punch girl.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you're not, I got a lot of cool books this week, I said, and if you say you're not into the new books, go find your old copy of this, and then if you're able to afford this, go get this. But these are facsimiles, man. These are cool if you've never owned them before and can't afford them, but you can afford these for $49 to include the ads. I said these are really cool. So for all you older timers out there who basically don't have the money to spend on older books,
especially that one.
Yes, go to your comic book store, support your local comic book store, buy back issues, pick up facsimiles. They're fun. These are $4.99 each.
Oh, and we still haven't even got the new Hulk from a couple of weeks ago in mine yet. They didn't show up, and they still haven't shown up yet.
So I said there's a lot of cool books out this week and all. So, but it's a lot of people. I hear people like, I don't care for the new books. New books suck. Get your facsimiles, or go buy your back issues. Whatever you can, support your local comic book store, because soon local comic book stores are just gonna be all full of manga.
I said also real quick. I said, now I didn't read it, and probably nobody did, but Jason was written like a complete douche in the whatever that useless event DC just had. So if that's all he's going to be, just fucking kill him off again.
Honestly, I hope they do. But speaking of the 13th of this month coming up, they're releasing the facsimile of where Jason basically goes and finds his mother, but instead they have the alternate ending where he survives, doesn't get killed by the Joker.
Yeah, does anybody care anymore? Because I said they're working overtime to make nobody like that character.
I know, but I'm excited for it though.
Yeah, but again, we're talking about DC, and DC just every time I think they can't suck any harder. That's probably a poor choice of words when it comes to DC. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I do want to catch the end of that game. It was 20-all last I saw. So I will see you kids tomorrow night.
Yep. Tomorrow night, I got 2 readings starting at 7:15 p.m. Central. Second one's right around 8:20 Central, so around 8:30. So
see you there, Geeky. You have a great rest of the evening. Thanks. See you tomorrow.
You too, man.
Yep. It's always funny how fiction portrays knocking someone unconscious if it was easy, just like an off switch.
Yep. And you always see that. You never, so you punch me, knock me out. I'm good, but it never sees the person fall down and like bang their head off the cement and the damage to the head and whatever.
I gotta disagree. And when I've seen the one punches in real life where people get whacked, they're gonna fight. The fight videos on Twitter. There's always those reels, the fight things, and you still see the one dude gets clocked and he falls down, but then he wakes up not even 5 minutes later and just kind of like,
right.
There's no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but sometimes it's okay. But there's a lot of times if you get, especially if it's someone who knows these people that know how to fight, you're gonna, bam, they're gonna. You hit me, I'm gonna go limp. It's like boom, I'll fall down. I could hit my head on something that could do some incredible damage, a concussion, whatever. There's that.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to get at. Just there can be consequences as opposed to just going.
Jason's been nerfed ever since they got rid of his gun, so I don't really even care anymore at this point if he gets knocked out, because this is an invasion. This is an abomination. But yeah. But as the ticker is going across, just repeating what I said earlier, if you haven't done so, please click like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you wanted to support the channel, you can go to the description, or just go right there, ko-fi.com, /Puppeteen. Drop $1 to help us pay for the StreamYard, which we use here to stream to you guys live. Also goes towards the books that we use for reading. That being said, I hope you guys have fun tonight, and I saw some books that maybe you guys want to check out. If there's any books that maybe you are reading and we are not reading, let us know down below what you think that we should be reading and maybe want to do a review of.
Something other than DC or Marvel.
Sorry. Yes. My new nickname for RDB can be Vanky. Okay.
He loses his guns for a crowbar and a sword.
I'm just gonna start calling MK Sparky. No one.
Hey, Sparky.
Griswolds. What's up, Sparky? Later, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
And see you later.